Let me tell you a little story, and I'm going to put all the links to the side so that you can follow it up yourself, or you can just get on the internet and look it up yourself, because as incredulous as it sounds, it's true. Do you know how the Rockefellers started? William Avery Rockefeller was born in 1810 to 1906, and he is the father of John and William Rockefeller, the oil tycoons. And Bill Avery, the father, was a quack. He was a quack doctor and a confidence trickster, a shyster. And what he did was he went out and bought a few barrels of oil, and he filled ampules full of this oil. They mixed it with something else, and they filled these ampules with it, and these little ampules had this snake thing on the top. And they sold those off as a cancer cure. And of course, later on, they found out that they didn't cure cancer at all and could make you quite ill because it had crude oil in it, and thus came about the name snake oil salesman. Now, so when they found out that it didn't cure cancer, they just renamed it and said it would cure something else, and they kept on selling it. Now, this is today, our world is being run by snake oil salesmen because nothing's changed. Their sons have obviously picked up the same wily ways their father, the same wily intellect their father had, and they're doing exactly the same thing in a much bigger scale. You think I'm kidding? Just look, the Rockefellers today, they donated back in the 1900s millions of dollars to medical institutes and universities and schools and medical universities, and told them, okay, we're going to donate all this money, but we want you to get rid of anything to do with natural cures, any natural remedies, throw that out. We're going strictly the chemical side, the pharmaceutical side. And that's how they got rid of all the natural remedies out of health today. And so their sons just continued on what their father did, except in a much bigger way. But he made the initial money for them to enable them to go into the oil business. And when William Avery started out, the Rothschilds noticed him and his wily ways, and they hooked up together, and that's how the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers came about to be. And what they did is they just continued on later on. But like I said, they just did it in a much bigger way, because now they had money. They could do it in a far, far larger scale, because now they could create wars and then supply the guns. They could create epidemics and supply the chemicals. They can create the pig flu and supply you with Tamiflu or the vaccines or whatever they've got now. The world is being run by tricksters, snake oil shysters. And it's true, and these people need to be reined in. These Rothschilds and Rockefellers, they need to be picked up and hung. Yeah, it sounds drastic. That's what needs to happen. They have manipulated this world far too long, got away with far too much. They need to be stopped. And then once they got their claws into America and the bank, well, they just, money, they could just make their own money. You know, no more sweat and tears make their money. They literally just made it. They printed it off. And then thus they controlled everything. They control everything in the world. The world is being manipulated by snake oil salesmen. Simple as that. The links are to the side. Go look it up. There's also a link there to a documentary I was watching on this woman that first dug into this, and it's over an hour long, but extremely interesting. Go and watch it if you have the time. Now I'm just going to read out here about I also subscribe to the Trends Journal report, and so he sent out a email this morning about the predictions, and I just want to read a little bit of it. It's only a small piece about what he says. Before the momentum of the second revolution becomes unstoppable, it could be derailed through some false flag events designed to deceive the public, or a genuine event or crisis capable of rallying the entire nation behind the president. In a worst case scenario, according to the Trends Research Institute Director Gerald Celente, given the pattern of the government to parlay egregious failures into mega failures, the classic trend they follow when all else fails is to take their nation to war, which is exactly what today they do. There's another little part here I just wanted to read. Conditions will continue to deteriorate. The global economy is terminally ill. The recession is in a brief remission. And this is exactly what's happening. You know, people are saying, oh, look, and financial people are saying this, and this is what makes me angry, that people that know better and should know better saying, oh, look, it's still getting better. It's not. We're in the eye of a storm. It's about to collapse. I thought it would happen a lot sooner than this, but it's on its way. Recession is in a brief remission, not the early stages of recovery. Cheap money, easy credit, and unrestrained borrowing brought about an economic crisis that cannot be cured by monetary fiscal policies that promote more cheap money, easy credit, and unrestrained borrowing. A false flag attempt, a genuine crisis, or a declaration of war may slow the momentum of the Second American Revolution, but nothing will stop it. How true is that? And who's behind all this? Well, let's get back to the Rockefellers, eh? I so badly want to see them brought in and exposed for what they have done to this country for the last 100 years. Absolutely manipulated it and controlled it, and people are just completely oblivious. I wonder how many people watch this now and go, oh no, that can't be true, or it is completely and utterly manipulated. Wake up!